This is Eric Rutan of Cannibal Corpse. You are listening to the Scars and Guitars podcast with Andrew McKay Smith.
Thank you very much for tuning in to this episode. It's a very special one indeed because it features the members, or three of the members at least, of the Mongolian outfit, the Who, or the U, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Now, the members of the group that are on the call are the bassist and backing vocalist Davaa, Jamba, who's on guitars and also provides backing vocals, and Unumunkh, who is very adept on the percussion, the tumur, khuur, which I believe is a traditional Mongolian instrument, and of course he too provides backing vocals. The star of the show, though, is the translator, Solongo, who does a magnificent job translating my English into Mongolian and vice versa. She has a skill to be admired, it must be said there. The catalyst, I should add, for the chat with the lads is due to, well, I guess it's twofold. They've got a couple of shows coming up in Australia in August, early August, so hopefully I'll get across to the Brisbane show for that one there. But they've also got a new album out, the follow-up to the Gereg, which was released in September 2019. The newbie's titled Rumble of Thunder. It'll be out September 2022. All right, you ready? Let's hear what Solongo, the translator, and the lads from The Who had to say. Let's go. The Gereg sold very well in Australia. Why do you feel your music connects with Australian audiences so much?
So can you repeat the last part of the question, please?
Why did the lads feel like Australia responds so well to The Who?
Okay. Австралид гэрэг альбом ч ингээд Даунаар.
За. Манай гэрэг альбомны хувьд бол хөгжмийн тухайд бол тийм хүмүүст одоо заавал нэг тийм чиглэлд баригдсан бос хүмүүсийн чихэд айгүй наалтцтай. Тэгээд энэ хөгжим маань айгүй тийм сүнслэг. Хүний одоо юм дотоод ямар нэг хүч юм уу, ямар нэг expression тийм дуунууд ихтэй. Хүмүүсийн дотоод энэ нуугдсан зүйлийг сэрэх тийм дуунууд ихтэй альбом гэж бид нар боддог. Тэгээд ер нь бол хүмүүст манай дуунууд маань их тийм амьд санагддаг учраас энэ бүх энэ дуунууд таалагдаад тэгээд ерөнхийдөө хүмүүс маш их таалагдсан гэж бодож байна. Ерөнхийдөө амир хүмүүс ам сайтай байдаг. Манай ер нь юу гэдэг их алдартай болсон дуунууд байгаа шүү дээ. John Sud гэдэг юм уу? Аюу гэдэг тэр дуунууд маань багцсан, алдартай дуунууд маань багцсан альбом учраас тэгээд хүмүүс таалсан байх гэж бодож байна.
So our Gereg album has an incredible songs that has almost has a soul in it. So in each of every song has a power to awaken the person's inner strength. So every songs that we've included, including the Wolf Totem, Juve, it's very melodic. The melodies are very great. At the same time, it has a lyrics where it can directly talk to one's soul. So it can a person can catch a rhythm of that song and feel the strength. So I think that is why Gereg album was very successful in Australia. It really speaks to one's soul.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now, the Rumble of Thunder, that will be released in September. In what ways do the band feel that differs from the Gereg?
Аянгын нүргийн альбом ч юм бол одоо 9 сард ингээ гарнаа. Тэгээд Gereg альбомоос ямар ялгаатай гэж одоо ялгаа нь яг юу гэж харцгааж байгаа вэ хамтлаг?
За яг манай одоо энэ хоёр дахь альбомын 9 сард одоо нээлттэй хийж байгаа. Тэгээд яг энэ бол яг бид нар дэлхийд даяар яг энэ анхнаас манай продюсер манай Дашка ах маань тэгээд гэх юм залуучуудтай энэ зүйлийг анх ихтэй хүннүр рок гэдэг энэ шинэ урсгалыг дэлхийд дахинд ерөөдөө шинээр түгээж байгаа. Шинээр гаргаж байгаа. Тэгээд энэ яг хоёр дахь альбом бол яг энэ урсгалд одоо хүннүр рок урсгалаараа бас гарна. Гэхдээ ерөөдөө одоо бидний энэ хоёр хийсэн хоёр дахь альбом нь болохоор Rumble of Thunder болохоор дуунуудын хувьд бол яг миний хувьд ховын зүгээр бодоход дуунуудын хувьд болохоор бас илүү нэг юм шинэлэг тал руугаа тэгээд техникийн одоо чинь хөгжимчдийн техникийн хувьд одоо ингээд бүр илүү ихээр нэг юм ингээд бүр хүмүүсийн техник ур чадварыг шавхсан тийм альбом болсон гэж одоо бодож байна.
So the Rumble of Thunder, obviously our producer Dashka has started a genre of Hunu rock genre, and it started with the Garrig album. And the Rumble of Thunder has many great varieties of songs, in my opinion. And it has a way of showing the skills of the artist itself, but it also technically Ayush хавсан гэдгсэн okay.
Тийм одоо энэ дуунууд ингээд бүгд дахиад ингээд бүр атаар ингэж өмнөх альбомоос бүр ингээд илүүгээр ингээд бүр шинжлэгдэж штэ. Бүр ингээд ер нь маш сайн цамг болсон гэж юм маш бодож байгаа тийм бүх гişүүд.
So it's a developed and newer version of the Garrig, but it also has a different perspective of the Hunu rock genre. So it's expanding the variety of the Hunu rock genre. And we have many different songs comparing to the Garrig album. So in a way, you can say it's a better improvement of the Garrig album. And the artists, we have performed enormously in there. And then we in technicality wise, we have we worked enormously to this album songs.
Next question I'll ask is that heavy metal is the only style of music, that and jazz, funnily enough, so two, when I say the only two styles of music that seem to be embraced across all cultures, crossing religious, ethnic and geographic boundaries. But has the success of the Garrig and the Who in general, has it surprised the gentleman?
Garrig болон одоо Garrig болон jazz болон heavy metal гэдэг хоёр ингээд урсгал маань бол дэлхийн ямар ч өөр ингээд одоо хөгжмийн урсгалыг ингээд хүлэнж одоо хамтдаа шингээж ингэж явж чаддаг ийм урсгал гэж би бол харж байгаа. Тэгээд Garrig альбомны энэ одоо амжилтууд нь та нарыг ингээд цочирдуулсан уу ингээд та нарт ингээд айгүй цочирдмаар байсан уу ийм их амжилтанд хүрсэн нь. За Даваа хариулаарай.
Тэгэлгүй яг уу цочролт үрсэн гэхээс илүү бид нар айгүй энэ альбомыг ингэж хүмүүст одоо таалагдж байгаад бид нар их баяртай байсан. Зарим дуунууд тэгж хандлт авсан бас бид нар бүгдээ баяртай байсан.
So, it's mostly I wouldn't say that we were I apologize. Can you hear me now?
Of course, yeah. No worries. Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that we were surprised, but mostly we were we were glad that people were accepting our music in a way, like in a world scale. And we have put, of course, a lot of amount of research and a lot of amount of hard work into it. So the melody of the traditional music instrument and the rock genre, combines perfectly. So we were so glad that people were accepting in the way we wanted to.
Fantastic, yeah. And proof of that is Coachella, one of the only metal bands to play Coachella. What was Coachella like?
Тэгээд Coachella тэрний баталгаа одоо энэ маш их амжилттай ингээд байсан чинь баталгаа бол Coachella байлаа. Тэгээд Coachella-д оролцох хамгийн анхны одоо рок хамтлаг байх ямар санагдсан бэ?
Микрофон нэг.
Био?
Одоо зүгээр байна. За бид Coachella-д оролцсон одоо бид нар ч өөрсдөө бас их гайхсан л да. Тэгээд очиад тэр фестивал дээр бид нар ч очиад ингээд тоглож байгаа. Тэгээд бид нар чинь 7 хоногийн жаад 2 удаа тоглосон.
Тэгээ Coachella очсон. Тэгээ яг тэр бас альтернатив ярьж байгаа одоо биднийг сонсдог тэр одоо хөр одоо тэр заавалч одоо метал сонсдог хүмүүс сонсдог ч гэдэм үү те. Тийм бас нэг урсгал жанрт баригдахгүй биднийг ингээ бүх төрлийн ингээ хүмүүс одоо ингээ бүр сүүлд ингээ насны хязгаар нь хүртэл одоо ингээ залуучсан ч юм уу те. Бүр ингээ тэрний баталгаасаа Coachella байлаа. Бидний тоглож байгаа бүр үнэхээр гоё байсан. Тайзан дээр гарахад бид амар халуун бид яг өдөр гарсан. Амар халуун байхад тайзны уртал бас нэлээд их хүн ирсэн байсан. 2-7 хоног ч юм уу те бүр их хүн ирсэн те. Тэр бол одоо маш их сайхан санагдсан. Coachella үнэхээр гоё болсон.
Coachella was fantastic. When we heard we were performing at Coachella, we're so excited about it, and we have performed at Coachella for 2 weeks. And when obviously, as a starting band, we have performed, in the midday. So it was very hot in the desert. But people came by, and not only our fans, but also people who listen to all types of genres of music came by, and then they appreciated our music. And comparing to the first week, on the second week, there were, huge amount of people came to support us and to see how we were performing. So it was an amazing experience overall.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Elton John, of all people, said he is a fan of the band. So which other celebrities have told the band that they enjoy their music?
Elton John одоо энэ хөгжмөнд ингээд маш дуртай гэж хэлсэн. Тэгээд тэрнээс өөр ямар ийм одоо алдартай хүмүүс та нартай ингээд холбоотой байдаг вэ? Яг ямар хүмүүс ингээд дуртай гэж ингээд таны хөгжмийг дуртай гэж хэлжсэн бэ?
Холбоотой байдаг гэхээс илүү манай хөгжмийг сонсдог юм алдартай юм лаглаг юм одуудыг бид нар нэг биш мэднэ. Бидний ингэ дэмждэг шүү, та бүхэн сонсдог шүү гэдэг. Одоо жишээлбэл манай энэ Dwayne Johnson биш тэр Rockman бидний дуунуудыг айгүй их сонсож энэ чиний power битгэлээ хийдэг. Тэгээд одоо манай нөгөө юм байна. Алдартай жүжигч харах жүжигч ирсэн шүү дээ манай тоглолтын дээр ингэхтэй. Hollywood-ийн жүжигч манай Whoopi тий. Тэр ирж бидний тоглолтыг үзээд тэр backstage-ин дээр зураг мураг авахуулаад явсан. Бид нар бол сайн мэддэггүй байдаг тэр хүмүүс өөрсдөө ирээд ингээд дэмждэг шүү гэдгээ илэрхийлээд хэлэх мөр бид нар маш их баяртай байдаг. Тэгээд тэр хүмүүсийг чинь бидний дууг сонсдог гэж бодохоор ингээд юм бахархан шаардна.
So there are many, famous people have expressed positive, feedback to our music, and we have a communication with some of them, but like the most popular people who have, appreciate our music from the distance would be The Rock Johnson. He usually shares on his social media that he'll listen to our music during his workout routine. And Whoopi Goldberg, we had the chance to actually meet with her face to face and take get a picture with her. Whoopi Goldberg came by to our concert. And then there are, many artists who are in our genre that come by and, say positive things about how we perform and what they think about our music, such as Cook sing guitarist Hailstorm, Papa Roach. Obviously, we did features on them. We have a great relationship with them. Also, Cooks. The guitarist of the Cooks.
The Cooks.
Lamb of God in Dutchman band.
Lamb of God in Dutchman. Randy бид нар дээр уулзчихсан тоглолтын дээр үрдэж.
Randy from
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God.
Nice.
Yeah. And so many artists into the rock genre where we have a great relationship with them, and we're hoping to do a collaboration if we get a chance.
Fantastic. Is that am I out of time now, Solongo, or have I got time for one more?
Unfortunately, I was about to say.
Yeah, bummer.
The next interview. So I apologize, and thank you so much for your time today, Andrew.
It's a pleasure. Well done, Jensen. Solongo to you. Fantastic. Well done. That was very impressive, the interpreting and everything there. Appreciate it.
Okay, you as well. Have a great day, Andrew. Nice to meet you, and hopefully see you in Australia when we're there.
I'll be at the gig, Eaton's Hill, I think it is, in Brisbane. Yeah. See you at Brisbane, guys. Okay. Well done.
See you there. Bye, Andrew.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks very much for tuning in to that chat featuring three of the members of the OO. You heard from bassist and backing vocalist Davaa, guitarist and backing vocalist Jamba, and percussion and tumur khuur. Yeah, tumur khuur player, I suppose, and also backing vocalist Unumunkh. So that's it. Oh, and how can I forget Solongo, the translator, who did such a great job there. I admire people who are bilingual, but I particularly admire somebody like her who can act as a bit of a filter, because I imagine there's a lot of words that don't match up in the Mongolian language that I use then in English. So there you go. There's not a lot of chats like that one. In fact, that's the only one like it that you'll see over at scarsandguitars.com, but there are plenty more conversations all conducted in English on the website. For your listening pleasure, just go to scarsandguitars.com, and if you like listening to the podcast, maybe you'll like reading the book based on my interviews, or conversations I should say, for the podcast. Click on the link in the banner and you'll be taken to a marketplace of your choice: Amazon, Google, all the usual suspects, Barnes & Noble, Angus & Robertson, they're all there. Download a sample, and if you do complete the purchase, hit me up, because I want to thank you personally. I want to tell you a little bit more about the book in the moment. But before I let you go, my name's Andrew Mackay-Smith, and I'm the host of the Scars and Guitars podcast. Until next time, it is a very goodbye for now.
This is Eric Rattan of Cannibal Corpse. You are listening to the Scars and Guitars podcast with Andrew Mackay-Smith.
I've been the host of the Scars and Guitars podcast since 2017. The first musician I interviewed for the show was David Vincent from Morbid Angel, and things have just snowballed from there. In all, I've posted almost 650 podcast episodes featuring conversations with many of the leading lights of rock, heavy metal, and beyond. It just got to a point where I thought, I need to write a book about all this, so that's exactly what I did. In Scars and Guitars Volume 1, you'll read a heap of deep reveals and commentary, such as Des Fafara talking about Coal Chamber and why the band will never return.
You know, if you're a band just starting out, you need to hear me. Do not start a band with partners. Ever.
Yeah, wise words there. Sage advice, mate, for anybody.
Don't ever, because I can't go do Coal Chamber right now unless I get others involved.
Phil Anselmo talks about the episode in his career which gives him the greatest sense of accomplishment.
I think the staying power of the fans and the staying power of the songs, you know, whether it's Pantera, Down, or Superjoint, the fans remember the songs.
Alex Skolnick from Testament confirms that, yes, playing the guitar in Ozzy's band is anything but an ordinary gig. Will Silent Oz from Dimmu Borgir write a book? Pa from Sabaton gives advice to people who want to start a band.
Look at the team around you, look at the bandmates. If the guys want to be on the stage, then it's all cool. If the guys want to be backstage, then it's not going to be cool.
Current and former members of Cradle of Filth discuss the band's seminal 90s material. Read about the reaction to George Lynch and Mark from Suicide Silence's comments when they throw shade at then President Donald Trump.
We have this idiotic monster, you know, this egotistical, self-aggrandizing, complete piece of shit in there. I just can't understand how we've gotten to this place.
And yeah, we kicked a hornet's nest with Sepultura. Percussive overlord Gene Hoglan talks about recording with Chuck Schuldiner.
Chuck was always, he was very open-minded, and he was into having his musicians that were playing with him just reach out for the best stuff that they had.
Phil Campbell from Motorhead discusses what it takes to get sober. John Five answers his critics who dismiss his tenure with Marilyn Manson.
You know, my name is John Five, and Manson gave me that name, and I had some of the best years of my life in that band and learned a lot.
And we get the lowdown on Treyarch Zagtoth from those who would know, including his mother. All across Scars and Guitars Volume 1, there are moments of tension, relief, tragedy, exhilaration, and throughout it all, you'll obtain insight that I believe no one else has managed to obtain from many of your favourite artists. So treat yourself. Scars and Guitars Volume 1 is currently available as an ebook with a print edition on the horizon. Follow the links attached and download a sample. I'm sure you'll be compelled to read the whole book.